19 Iraqi Yazidi girls who refused to have sex with their Daesh captors were allegedly placed in iron cages and burned alive in front of a crowd of hundreds in Mosul. Now, we searched for the video clip of this online. It's hard to substantiate the validity of this. It looks like this did happen. ARA News published this report. It's been circulating. IBT Times has done it. Christian Science Monitor, and it's been picked up globally. We know that in August of 2014, that ISIS, they took the northern part of Iraq, largely Yazidi region, displacing 400,000 people, and they've been swapping sex slaves and selling them for quite some time. This story looks authentic based on the facts and the history of what we know that they do to Yazidi women. This is what Human Rights Watch had to say about this specific instance. The abuses of Yazidi women and girls documented by Human Rights Watch includes the practice of abducting women and girls and forcibly converting them to Islam and or forcibly marrying them to ISIS members, may be part of a genocide against Yazidis. There's no question that there's a genocide going on against Yazidis.
Yeah, absolutely. We've seen many reports about ISIS claiming that Yazidi individuals are un-Islamic, that they're devil worshippers. We've also heard much about the sex slavery that's been taking place. But I think something like this and the burning of 19 individuals, it just really highlights again, regardless of your feelings about the Islamic State or Sharia law in general, this is a literal perversion of Islam, right? So this is, to me, this is no longer about just ideological differences or being against the West. Now this is absolutely genocide. I know that Human Rights Watch says it might be genocide, but to me it seems very clear that that's what it is.
Just going back to the 400,000 people that have been displaced, and ISIS preys upon women and children in this specific group. They see them as subhuman. We know that they try to make them submit as sex slaves. They try to traffic them. In December of 2015, former Yazidi sex slaves, they addressed the United Nations to discuss their treatment, how they were raped. Nadia Murad, she was 21 years old. She gave her testimony. She said that ISIS forced her to pray before she was brutally raped multiple times, that one account. And we know that this is happening. It seems like, to me, Joya, we cover this a lot in Western media, particularly here. We hear about ISIS losing ground in Syria and Iraq, losing top leaders to drone strikes, but they're still carrying out these atrocities on a daily basis against people who simply can't defend themselves.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, and we see these mass executions. They're even within their own ranks. They're, starting to suspect other militants of being spies. So, I mean, it's kind of imploding in on itself, and at the same time we have these horrible atrocities that, yes, like you said, it's difficult to substantiate because we don't have clear video of it, but I certainly would venture to guess that it's based in fact.
One case coming forward this week highlighting the sexual slavery, the mass sexual slavery of Yazidi women and children, and specifically these 19 who were allegedly marched into cages because they refused to be Daesh sex slaves.